good, and maybe there's a chance for them to win this round now.
You can see NKL being very conservative with his bullets there before it gets caught with nowhere to hide while he reloads. He'll get the reload. Spy Leader leading the charge, and he will lead the charge straight into some bullets. Dreamer coming in for yet more frags. 3 for him, looking for the ace of Dreamer, but he might get taken down here by Ali. Indeed, he will. It's actually NKL going down, so Dreamer with the 4-man looking for the 5th. The bomb's ticking, but he's still got time to do this. And there we go, the ace on the pistol round for Dreamer, just wrecking the entire team, picking up the kit as well. Left with 28 HP, and that will be the first round for Efrag.
That really shows you, doesn't it? It just shows you that Dreamer is still godlike. I mean, he was the guy on Efrag that was, especially at some lands as well, was always incredibly surprising. I was just like, wait a second, this guy is just ridiculous. Because online, you know, Efrag used to be a team that had an online kind of reputation about themselves, and Dreamer was one of those reasons because he was just so damn good, and people were questioning, can he do this on LAN, and so on and so forth. And he's proven that he is a fully legit player in that sense. So now Efrag with a good economy are going to be up against a bit of a half buy here from Virtus.pro. Pash has picked up the scouts.
For those of you at home, Pasha is Coca-Cola Zero today, and Taz is 742, which is numbers spelling Taz.
Indeed. I hope Pasha's getting paid some bank for that, for this free advertisement, James.
Indeed it is. Spy Leader will get him instead. Actually jumping down into CT spawn to take down Spy Leader. 3 versus 3 now. The Efrag still in control of Long, and now in control of CT as well.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult for the Ali if he's not going to be up to the task. Victor will clean him up. And so Efrag have managed to get themselves 5 rounds on the board, and that's pretty good news. But Virtus.pro could throw in a force buy on this next round, I think. If we check the money really quickly, they get 800 from the bomb, and yeah, they have 4,200, I think. So they have like around 5-6k to buy with, or 5k at least, and so they can put together a pretty decent buy here. And they really need to start hammering down Efrag's economy, because they're actually starting to get a lot of cash here. Dreamer has not died yet, in fact. He's on $13K. He is without a death, and we're going to get a mid-push coming in again. NKL's going to lead the charge up here, and Taz is not going to expect this. The spray comes in, but there's no frag. Big opportunity missed out there by Efrag's NKL. Victor's looking to try to get something as consolation, but it's actually going to go his way. Great shot onto Taz as he only reveals his head on the top of Xbox, and he would even get the follow-up as Snax goes for the refrag. The revenge kill is not going to happen, but Neo has found his way onto the bomb site, so despite losing a couple players to Victor, it's going to be the bomb down on the A site and the post-plant set up here.
So there is a massive flank coming in from Pasha. Can he get to short in time to stop these CTs advancing? He's getting pretty close now, but they're all falling anyway to the remaining players on the A site. Pasha coming in from the back to take down Spiley there, and Bialy will finish things off, taking down Bubble. So Virtus.pro gets to winning ways versus Efrag. But again, Efrag have got a lot of money in the bank now, but we'll see if it will start to dwindle.
Indeed, it's going to be pretty rough. I mean, again, Virtus.pro did get a round win finally, but losing a lot of players. You can see their buy is not perfect. So Efrag could really do a lot of damage if they win this one. But how are Virtus.pro going to stop them? They've gone for somewhat of a default, just sweeping through on some basic map control, and they've left actually the bomber in upper dark. So that is indicative of just a blind B split play. That's what it seems like Virtus.pro want to go for. And then PL's there to stop it.
Oh, almost getting the two-man spray down, but he's done a lot of damage, and there goes Snax. So 4 versus 3, still an AWP on both sides. Neo's going to be rocking it today. We saw Pasha rocking the AWP yesterday, so we'll find out maybe later on if that's map dependent. Now the bomb is on Pasha, looking through towards B, where there are 2 people for Efrag, with Long being held by Victor and A being held by Bubble with the AWP from the car position. Virtus.pro going through mid now, looking for some information, and they will find some trades for both teams now, 3 versus 2.
Yeah, this is interesting. The bomb's actually making its way up Catwalk at the moment. Efrag, though, they don't really have anybody in position. They've got a guy below Catwalk, and so I'm not sure if that's going to be good enough. Bubbles is there. He's got an AWP as well. It's really awkward to play the AWP from his position, but he's going to take down Neo by CT. Pasha will have an eye on his position, looking for the frag there, and he's going to capitalize wonderfully so. But he's alone against these 2 players, Dreamer and Victor, but at least he's got the bomb down, planted for short, and he has time to move around a little bit, but he might not know that, so he's just playing cautiously around the sites as 2 players come in from Catwalk. Pasha able to take down the first player. Victor's going to go down, looking for the second one, but Dreamer is going to find the finish. A great trade coming in, and Dreamer once again is just seemingly pulling Efrag out of really horrible positions. And Virtus.pro, they're going to be reset, but they did get the bomb down, so they're going to be having $2,200 from that round. And with the money that they had left previously, that bomb plot makes all the difference. They can actually get a buy together. So that bomb, Pasha being able to get the bomb down was a really huge play.
Dreamer and Spiley are top of the leaderboard at the moment with 9 and 10 frags respectively. Ooh, Bubble taking down Pasha there. Didn't even see the peak. Very fast indeed. 6-1 for Virtus.pro, and that's an early disadvantage. We'll see if Neo opts to pick up the AWP. Indeed he will, as there were 3 Virtus.pro plays with Tech 9. There's a bit of a force coming in from the T side, not working out just yet.
And we just saw the Coach Cuban rejoining there and killing himself probably. Not to worry. So it looks like Virtus looking for an entry into middle. They do have Snax who's close. Is he going to go through with the smokes and flashes here? Lots of grenades being thrown by Virtus.pro. They'll make their way through the double doors. There is a lot in the way of CT presence here though, so are they going to be able to get the frags that they need? There's crossfires to Spiley moving through the smoke. He is going to no-scope in as NKL's forced to the defense with the rifle. The spray is not going to do the damage it needs to do here for Efrag to hold onto this round. It looks like Virtus.pro have a very strong chance here, but there are still 2 players left alive for Efrag.
Bubble spots the player behind the box, but going for the repick. Neo is going to be ready before he is, and that's going to be the end of the round for Efrag. Virtus.pro getting their 2nd round on the board here, surviving with 3 players and the AWP. Let's have a look at the CT money if we can and see what situation they're going to be in. Not a good one. As you can see, the money varying from $50 to $4,500. We'll see what they opt to do in the next round.
Yeah, it's really nice for Virtus to actually win this round, considering they just got reset. Really, really big win. Let's check Efrag's money really quickly, see how they're doing. So they're not going to be in a good place after just being reset themselves, and they're not really going to be able to put together too strong of a force buy here. So they're likely going to save in this position, or are they actually going to go for it? Okay, they're going to go for it. This is going to be hard to win this round with this kind of equipment. Yeah, I wonder how they're going to make this work. What are they going to try to do here? Will they just play it defensively, or will they try to go for a risk and push somewhere early on?
Well, one player going towards long, but there are 3 coming the way of that long player, but from Virtus.pro. He's got Bubble in for support if he needs him, but Bubble only has a CZ, so there's not much to be done here. The nades bouncing off the wall will be enough to finish off Victor. Bubble's going to play around the smoke, going to play close, see if he can get behind enemy lines, but it's going to be hard as there are so many people coming out long. Pasha takes the Bubble as well, so this spy might not work for Efrag. Spy leader coming in with a flank onto Neo, and he's going to pick up the orb, which could be very important, as no Virtus.pro players have managed to cross yet. The flash coming in, but nobody crosses just yet. The smoke coming in, but there's still a gap, so Virtus.pro all of a sudden in a sticky situation. Spy leader hasn't realized that 2 players across. The nades coming in as well, and the Molotov, so this is still anyone's. Pasha holding a nice angle towards long. Dreamer goes down.
Yeah, this is going to be the save now for Efrag. So pretty huge stuff there from Spy leader to pick up the AWP. Definitely could have been a round changer, and at least you know, he's going to get some damage in for his team. But Virtus.pro definitely on the road back to recovery. And again, if we check the money, we can see if there's a force buy possibility for Efrag here. So this will be the second win in a row for Virtus.pro, which means that Efrag will get $1,900 in addition to what they have here. So they can't really drop, like even NKL and Spy leader, they can't really drop, I don't think. I think maybe one of them can afford to drop a FAMAS, but they're likely just going to try to save for it, yes. Yeah, they can't afford even a FAMAS, so that's pretty rough here for Efrag. So what do they decide to do? Will they try to force up? They do have an AWP and a FAMAS.
They are notorious for forcing up. Maybe they're adverse to it now, one would hope.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty hard call because they won't have enough money for an AWP in the next round. Or actually, I think they will, but it'd be glass cannon at best. But Virtus.pro, fast rounds.
Speaking of fast rounds, Efrag charging up mid. That's the decision that's been made. Spy leader holding things down towards V of the AWP. Can he find a second shot? Indeed he can. Taz going down. Finally Neo to trade, but it's a 4 versus 2 now. They have the gun advantage, the armor advantage, but the numbers advantage is firmly with Efrag.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to hold this actually, if the timing is perfect from Efrag, and they're a team that really has a lot to say with their team play. Now NKL get the first frag. Neo is up against 2 players, and there you go. That is that team play coming in from Efrag. The Bulgarian side will get it done. They will get it done. And they'll steal away this round from Virtus.pro. A round that really should have been Virtus.pro's, but Spy leader, man, he's in the right place at the right time with that AWP. If he doesn't get that, even that second kill with that AWP on the repeak, then there's surely no way that they would win that round with 3 players left for Virtus.pro against 4.
Yeah, so Efrag starting the round with 3 AKs and an AWP. Very nice bounty to be had by them. Well, that was had by them. Virtus.pro going to have the buy as well after a few rounds of success, but 7-3. Things not looking too bad for Efrag at the moment. Again, we've got a fast play from Virtus.pro towards the long area. Getting hit in the face with nades, but it won't matter. 2 people down already for Efrag in the long position. And the entire site has been lost. We've got Taz in a strong position to hold down double doors and short as well. So Efrag may have to go for a save already. And the hunt, assuming that maybe, is already starting. Pasha moving towards the B-bomb site. NKL, though, has got himself 2 frags, so now things are changing. You can see Efrag starting to move back towards the site now, but NKL has been lost by Pasha, smoking off double doors. And Efrag may have to change their decision once again.
Yeah, this is a lot of these rounds are really looking quite awkward for Virtus.pro, even if they're looking like they have the advantage. But again, you know, an AWP and an AK or an AWP and a rifle will be saved by Efrag. So having just won the previous rounds, they're going to get reset again. But what does that look like now? Let's have a quick goosey gander, and let's actually wait a second. Snack's going to find an engagement. We can wait to the start of the round now. Next rounds to see the money. Okay, so yeah, they can actually go for it. They can get the drops in there and force up in a much better way than previous. Do you reckon they're going to go for the mid push again?
Who's the CTs?
Yeah.
No, they've got a full buy now, so they're not going to do that. They had two rifles in the previous time, so they were looking to close the distance with their pistols. Missing the shot though, and the second one, that was really unfortunate. They could have really done a lot of damage there with the AWP. And now Virtus.pro close with the AKs, again going for the fast play, which seems to be the kryptonite for Efrag at the moment. Moving up short with 4 players are Virtus.pro. In fact, they'll leave 1 as a lurker. That's going to be Snacks waiting for the rotating CTs. That smoke's going to be a big pain for the CTs as well.
Yeah, it really will be. NKL's going to sneak his way around towards Song, but he's going to have the one-on-one against Pasha here, and he could actually find Pasha running into him. Pasha actually didn't have to run that far, but hey, he'll get caught by NKL. It shouldn't matter though, as Virtus.pro have a very strong setup, very robust setup on the bomb site, and Efrag respect that, and they're going to save the free weapons that they have. And again, they've lost a couple rounds, but with the 3 surviving players, they'll be able to drop weapons, so they can get a decent buy-in the next round as well. But Virtus.pro, they can still actually win this half. It's still possible for them. Although Efrag are making it really difficult, to be honest. And as you said, you know, Virtus.pro finding a lot of love with this fast pace. But they're a team that are notorious for understanding how to like switch up their pace at just the right timing to throw off a team. So just as an enemy team will adjust to the pace and try to react to like a fast pace, boom, then comes the really slow pace from Virtus.pro, and then they get free openings because the other team's playing too quickly.
It was really unlucky that Bubble missed 2 shots there on top mid, because that could have changed everything, or even a HE grenade, but again, that's all hindsight. So Virtus.pro moving quickly towards the B-bomb site. Smack's going to try and creep through double doors, but Bubble is going to get the first frag on this occasion. He will hold the cross. Often you can find T's walking out of low tunnel towards the other side of mid, which is the angle that Bubble was holding for a time. But he's moved back to a bit more of a passive position now, maybe expecting some flashbangs to come his way.
Yeah, they've got to try to get the entry in here, and NKL's there. He hasn't got any support. Actually, he does have somebody on CD spawn who's creeping in. It's going to be Spy Leader, and he gets something done here. NKL get the first frag. Spy Leader goes down, but there is a 3 versus 4 situation for Efrag, so they're still really in a very healthy way, as there is a minute left on the clock, and Taz is creeping around the smoke to see if he can find an engagement. But there is a CT directly to the left. He's not going to spot it, and that is a multi-kill there for NKL. He might even find the last one. He pulls out the USP to finish it off and does critical damage to Pasha. He is in a very bad way at the moment as Victor comes in from the flank. There is no way that Pasha can bring this back.
Nicely done. And it was Virtus.pro who put that smoke down on the corner towards B slope as well, and ended up working against them. The CT just hiding behind it, getting 3 frags from it. So, for Efrag back to winning ways. 8-5, 2 rounds remaining in this first half. Again, the money's not ideal for either side, which always makes things a little bit more entertaining. So, Virtus.pro look like they could be headed towards... oh wait, Efrag have pushed up mid again, but this time with only 1 player being spotted, and the numbers game's going to be into the advantage of the T's now. Spy Leader will get taken down, no frags for him, and Victor, trying to continue the aggression, will get taken down on short, so early advantage here for Virtus.pro.
The cool thing about this kind of play from Efrag is that they get some like weird portions of map control that's kind of unexpected or unusual, and they do some damage to the lineup of the T's, so then they force the T's to make decisions that are like kind of unexpected. They have to improv things. And to a team that's not a team like Virtus.pro, I think that's very, very hard to play against, because you have to make a lot of really solid calls on the fly. But, ooh. Gonna get some extra frags coming in here for Virtus.pro as the bomb goes down. Nice wallbang coming in from Bubble through the metal doors. They used to be wooden, James, but these days, they've been upgraded. They're reinforced steel now.
It's prison doors, Dan.
So, 2 versus 2. This is quite possible if Dreamer gets a quick kill here.
See if he can do it. Indeed, he will tap onto Taz's chest, and it's 2 versus 1. That Molotov was a bit too deep maybe, and Pasha's going to get the frag. That should be the end of the round. Bubble can't get there in time. He's running towards the site, and now he's running away.
That would have been so perfect if, as you say, like the Molotov was a bit shorter than that.
Oh, Pasha's going to push through and kill him regardless. There was nothing he could do, really, in that situation. Other than throw the Molotov down and then face expecting him. Because then that's it. That's the only way he's winning around there. If he throws the Molotov to suggest he's defusing, faces and gets the frag, then he can bait the kill out. Otherwise, the round is lost.
So we got the force up from Efrag this time. Ooh, a jumping headshot from Neo with the scouts. Looking for some more action, and it's going to be Bialy who'll pick it up. So the fast long take coming in from the Polish side as Efrag scramble to get themselves into a good position to try to defend before the T's cross over onto the bomb site. And Bubble's been boosted up elevator, and he's looking for the shots. He's going to find a bullet straight in his face, though. That is not a nice presence from the Poles of Virtus.pro. Okay, so 7-8. This is quite a crazy half, actually. We saw a lot of madness. Much madness did we see.
We saw Carnage. I like a bit of Carnage, me. Carnage with a side of spinach. Always good. So no indication as to who might take an early lead here in the second half.
Absolutely not. we'll have to wait and see how the economy pays out at the beginning of the round. Dreamer did ace in the first pistol round to win it for Efrag on their CT side. However, it's going to be a different approach with the T's now. He won't get all those USP engagements as he's on the Glock. And Virtus.pro are going to have to try to work out what is going on. They've got 4 players actually close to a quick response for B, which is really, really nice actually. So let's see if they can stop this from even happening. Taz, if he just gets some headshots here, but there is nothing from Taz, absolutely nothing. And now Neo needs to get something done from window, but what can he do? There's too many players alive, bearing down in his position. Taz, it was all on Taz to get at least 1 frag there, or hopefully 2. But he couldn't do it, James.
That is a wipeout of the Polish players. I mean, they had a really nice setup there because obviously it gives them basically a triple peek towards short if Efrag tried to split A. So as long as they hold down long, then they pretty much should do reasonably well. However, once all the players are onto the site, another story. And that's an awkward pistol round for Virtus.pro indeed.
Yeah, so they've lost both pistols now. And, well... will they go for the force buy? I mean, it's always the force buys on Dust 2, especially if you look at the fact they didn't get any frags, so none of them can even afford a scout. The force buy on Dust 2 is a lot more difficult than some other maps to get something done with the CT side of. So, especially if the Ts play proper anti-force buy strategies, like a proper push towards B with the right nades, or a push towards long with the right nades. That is really hard to stop with the pistols. And already look at the damage coming in.
Yeah, double tag with the scout there. Very nice consistency by Bubble. Loves himself a scout. Yeah, spotting a player. Oh, got to be careful now. It's being tagged with that deagle. That's always going to make you a little bit nervous when you're just dueling with the AK and all you can see is his head and you can see a lot more of your body.
The other thing as well about this is that, on top of the fact that it's very hard to win a force buy on this map of the CTs, you got this spot where now you can't buy AWPs. I mean, okay, Neo has actually gone full eco, so Neo will be able to buy that. But it begins, Japes. We've got the first kill coming in. First blood has been drawn by Spy Leader, and he's not going to stop there.
Yeah. Virtus.pro running out of players, however. Only Barley left. Again, no kills yet, but there is potential for some one-taps. It looks unlikely. He's probably going to try and save his Kevlar and Deagle for the next round. And I'm not sure how concerned Efrag will be about that. There is one player on shorts. But yeah, a few of these guys need to be careful of these Deagles.
But they did a good job, did Efrag, in playing their anti-force buy. Just kind of creeping in towards B as they had Spy Leader, who had the only SMG on the team, the weapon which had by far the least value and the retake value as well. That's the weapon which they put in the most risk, and the weapon that they put in a spot where they could get the most information as well. So that's how you want to do it. So it's a good round from Efrag, and Virtus.pro have been well and truly shown up. And as we can see, he did full eco in the previous round, so he can definitely be able to afford an AWP in the following round. But this is going to be all about Efrag just padding their bank and padding their stats.
Will we get a tag this time? Oh, is that a decoy? No tags on this occasion. But there we go again, it is another eco here from Virtus.pro before the buy comes in. They've taken down Victor and Spy Leader's down to 6 HP actually. Bubble's being tagged as well. So there is some damage to be done here, and there we go, Barley with a nice shot with the P250. The pre-fire taking down Spy Leader as well, and that's the bomb. You'll see it on the radar. His teammate's going to be able to move up mid with this information. Dreamer spotted him, however. And Bubble's going to reposition, so smart stuff by the Efrag team, but this has been a costly round so far.
Yeah, it really has, and the potential to win the round as well is pretty brutal. So, can Taz pick up a weapon here? Of course, Bialy is holding the longhouse where he got numerous kills. So you can see Taz is going for the AK, and this is going to make life interesting because they don't have Kevlar, but because they have the AKs, they just need the single bullet to the opponent's face, and they will get the instant kill, and they won't have a prolonged engagement, which is where the lack of Kevlar is really going to hurt you. And looks like they've read this situation somewhat correctly. Probably still looking for a spot in middle to see if there's a cross, but they can fast react to A or B, and even better towards B, and that's where the T's are going.
Yeah, they've made a nice read. And they may just try to loiter outside and push. Oh no, going to have a quick peek there. Can't catch him by surprise. The 1D coming in from Bubble's going to change things here. Taz alone versus 2 now. But the time is on his side, and he can go for a push once they plant the bomb. They don't have much time to fake either. In fact, he's going to try and get the jump on them, but it's not going to work out. Dreamer getting the headshot, and he will save Efrag in that round. Again, it was a very expensive round for Efrag, but he took it over the line.
It's a kind of a shame that, as you say, he didn't wait until the bomb was going down. Would have increased his chances a little bit, but it's going to be Efrag, who look really strong at the moment. They're going to stay. Bubble's going to stay on the scout. He might actually shoot and then buy up an AK afterwards if there's still time. So I know he's going to hang on to the scouts, and we've got aggression coming in from Virtus.pro. Neo's going to be able to get the boost up, and he's going to get the frag from Catwalk. And if they try to refrag him here, that could be a very poor idea. But they're going to go out middle. There's the pop flash. They're going to keep committing though.
There we go, looking like an A split attempt maybe, or A down into CT up towards B, but the bomb has been lost by the team and they're all getting wiped up. Virtus.pro have barely taken any damage, only Pasha's taken a bit. 5 versus 1 now. Bubble's going to get rid of the scout and just... Wow, what a snap there by Neo. So a good start from Virtus.pro on their buy round, nobody being lost. They kind of shut down Efrag very, very quickly. Efrag, though, lots of money, can try another attempt to put some pressure on the CT economy because it was definitely a failure that time.
Yeah, this is going to be a really nice way to kick things off. If they can win another round like that, somewhat clean, it's gonna, things will even up very fast. But Efrag, they're a team that are notorious for having so many sick T rounds and T strats, but not gonna matter if Neo's gonna pick you up immediately. Pop flashes go in towards long for a long take. But Efrag are definitely sustaining some losses here. It's a 3 versus 3, so that it could still pan out for them in a good way, but they've got to remove the player from car. That's one of the most dangerous players at the moment.
Yeah, Dreamer might hear Taz running around as well, getting dinked and finished off by the AWP. Neo coming in for a quick 2 frags with the AWP, leaving Spy Leader alone without the bomb. But the thing is, he's got over a minute on the clock to play with here, so again, lots of frags coming in very quickly in this match so far. But Neo's got the long range over the smoke as well with the AWP, if he keeps focusing on that, which he'll be afforded thanks to the angles being held by his teammates. Then Spy Leader might be in trouble, but Neo's been distracted by short. He will finish things off though on long regardless. 4 frags for him in that round.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from Neo. I mean, to be honest, it's actually really nice to see that Neo is on the AWP instead of Pasha in a primary way on Dust 2 at the moment. I'm really liking that because Neo is insanely good, and I've always wanted to see him on Virtus.pro have more responsibility. And the AWP is one of the highest responsibilities you can have on the team because, of course, it's not a cost-efficient weapon, but it's a weapon that can create like many high-impact frags. So we're seeing Neo just doing as Neo does. He's not really missing any shots, and he saved them in that round, 100%. So actually tied for frags with Pasha.
Alright, so we should be starting shortly. They said 1 a minute DDoS, but I mean, if you're getting DDoS, then you're not on the internet. It's not something you solve while you're still connected to the server. So I'm sure they're having some other issue. Or maybe really it's a
like low bandwidth DDoS.
Yeah, just one guy. It's just DOS.
Just
one guy packetting from his own house.
Yeah, it's just manually sending all the packets.
Yeah. Command prompts. Let me request information continuously from this IP. That would be DOS. That would not be DDoS. If you want, I got DDoS once. Some guy was talking smack to me on IRC. I was like, yeah, go on then. I've got a 50 or whatever. I've got a 10 megabit connection, bitch. And he DDoSed me for 2 days, Dan. I had no internet for 2 days. None.
Wrecked.
Absolutely wrecked, yeah. So the unpause coming in, and the match will resume. The force buy coming out for Efrag. 5 Tech 9s on the side. So what is the play here? Ooh, look at now Virtus.pro trying to give Efrag a taste of their own medicine. We've got 2 players moving straight up mid. Maybe expecting a different approach in this round from Efrag. Gonna get the spray down in. Only 2 players will remain. So nice response from Virtus.pro. Pasha with ruthless aggression here.
Yeah, I love this so much. Every time I see this, I'm just so happy because it's so good that teams they're not too afraid to just go for the anti-eco with an aggressive play. Because that way as well, you shut down the the eco plays or the force buy plays. It's all about strength of numbers. So if you're able to actually cut that down before they can actually get to a meaningful position on the map, then it's very powerful. Of course, there is always risk, and Stax is going to go for it again. Here we go. First man down. Will they spot the rest, or will they go back? Taking care of the flank. This is very nice stuff here from Virtus.pro. Very diligent. Pasha will finish off a couple more players, leaving just NKL for a moment. And the game has been tied up. And Virtus.pro have also maintained a lot of integrity to their economy. Look how booming their economy is at the moment. Lots of money to play with. And they've gone for the double AWP finally. Oh, 3 AWPs actually. Snacks as well, picking up the AWP, as well as Pasha.
Why do we keep seeing 3 AWPs, Stan?
I don't...
What is this?
I really don't think it's a great idea, but let's see what they can do with it.
We saw 3 AWPs from Team Liquid in North American Face It League last night, and that round did not pay off for them. They did manage to take the match, but that's not really the point. So we'll see what the play is from Virtus.pro on the CT side here. Maybe expecting a slow execute from Efrag. A few peeks, cursory peeks. Looking to punish. Great flash there to allow them to move up from top mid towards the B tunnel area. So this would be the hard counter to 3 AWPs, just to taking the B bomb site. But Virtus.pro will be afforded pot shots if they choose to smoke the tunnel. Team kill coming in there, not working out. Pasha with another headshot, so I don't know if Efrag will even realize that all these AWPs are on the map, because they basically just ran into Pasha.
This is one of the things as well, right, is that they had 3 AWPs, one guy died who had the AWP. They couldn't recover that 3rd AWP. So they actually lost a lot of money there. Even though they won the round and they lost a single player, they just can't collect that AWP. It's pretty expensive. It's 5k basically by itself. This is actually how Liquid's, how they suffered massively, because they're like, oh, we've got a really good economy, and they bought 3 AWPs, and they lost, I think, I guess they went around and lost all of the AWPs, I think.
They lost the entire round, yeah. I'm pretty sure they lost that round.
And then it's like, okay, well, you had a lot of money, but now you don't, because the money is security, essentially, into the future. Obviously, because the best thing for the other team is to make a comeback. One of the ways that they can make a comeback is to force ecos out of you, because that's where their percentage chance to win the round is at its highest, and so that's where they want to be, and that's what you're kind of giving the opponent. And with 3 AWPs, it's like, okay, it's not even high risk, high reward. It's like high risk, and I wouldn't say that there's any more reward than having just 2 AWPs. I'd say 2 AWPs is high risk enough, high risk, high reward enough.
I would agree with you, yes. So NKL, maybe could be routing issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I highly doubt it's DDoS, but hopefully his connection issues will be sorted out soon. So yeah, it might be a while.
I mean, one quick extra point about the AWPs as well, and why the 3 AWPs is almost it makes your round weaker actually, is because whereby if they decide to go for a play whereby they are going for like a really fast map control based play, let's say like a couple Tech9s in the mix, they're taking portions of the map quickly. It just takes one of the AWPs to miss one shot, and then all of a sudden they have a bomb site, and then trying to retake a bomb site with two AWPs, for example, is really, really hard, especially if they have any smokes or picked anything up like that. Then so it actually lowers your chance to win a round, I would say. But that's just
absolutely,
that's my opinion.
It gives the other team more opportunity to put you in an awkward spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if things go wrong. So there we go. We are waiting for NKL's connection issues to be resolved. I think we might go to a quick break while that is fixed, and then rejoin the match as soon as things are already there. So bear with us, and we will be back in a few minutes with the rest of the match. He's doing 180s in spawn, or 360s. 360s, in fact.
So what?
It's a pretty close game, Dan. I don't know who's going to take it. It could go down to the wire, maybe even overtime. The money is, I was going to say it's about the same, but then I just noticed that Taz and Neo and Barley are stacked.
Stacked with the cash.
They're stacked, Dan. They're stacked like the burger I desire to have later this evening.
You gonna have a burger?
Maybe.
Which one?
I don't know, Dan.
Where from?
I'm thinking...
There is a place called Stacks.
There is indeed,
So
but I don't want to go there. I don't want one of those... I don't want one of those burgers where it has like a massive bun.
Right.
I'll tell you the brands off afterwards, but I might go for that one.
Oh,
There
right.
we go. So apparently the disruption continues here. So we thought the game was unpaused basically, and then it was paused again. So well done. We should go back to break, I suppose. Otherwise, we're just going to be talking nonsense for ages.
Waffling.
We'll see you back in here in a few minutes once this is actually going to resume. Hold on. See you soon.
Have the strength to
12, and we're going to finally have the match resuming. NKL is still on the server, which is great. AWP onto both sides. Efrag taking initial map control. No crazy aggression from Virtus.pro, I say that, but Bayali is deep into shorts.
Ooh. Ooh. What's going to happen, James?
Counter-strike.
Bayali, he's gonna attack some people. He's vicious, he's rabid. He's frothing at the mouth. Now, he's not gonna back away. That's great. One man advantage. It's always going to be nice. That should force Efrag to just go for the execute. Looks like they're going to go for the A split, sorry. And Spyleader will make his way up catwalk. It's really important that Spyleader makes the entry onto catwalk. That is insanely important. Because there's a player on car here. It's going to be Pasha. And it might be a bit troublesome to remove him. But if the pressure comes from catwalk as well, that's going to be so key. But he's actually he's not even going to push catwalk just yet. Look at this. NKL's just going to walk up. Alright, well, screw you, Spyleader. Got NKL in this business.
Oh, Neo holding things down here from the slope, and Spyleader's not going to get any frags. Bubble left alone in the slope versus 4 Virtus.pro players jumping around. Nade's not going to go where he wanted it to. So, with 25 seconds left on the clock, there's an opportunity for Bubble to save the weapon here. I would like to... Oh, there's a flank coming in, though, from Snacks. Ever so slowly. He's just going to wait, maybe wait for the clock to run down. We will see what is going to happen. Just trying to shoulder peek, but Bubble will be ready for the full peek and punish. 2 players surviving for Virtus.pro.
So one thing there, right, about Spyleader was that if the Virtus.pro did a really smart thing, as soon as they detected, okay, there's a push coming in to long, they naded like Molotovs and smoked catwalk, which completely made it impossible for Spyleader to actually do anything. Which is why it's important that his timing will be a bit faster, but he was kind of trying to look for a flank a little bit too early there. And so that made the push much weaker for Efrag. But Bubble's going to be entering into long, and they of course don't have a very good buy, so that's a very, very crucial fact that Bubble's able to get something done here, and the entire team is going to occupy long. They're all there, James.
Yeah, but that's okay for now. We have Bayali deep into short, so there's going to be no split possible for Efrag. Although there's still no rotation from Virtus.pro, they're not really peeking, obviously they'll be fearing the AWP towards long, which means that they still have 2 players towards B, so now Bayali's going to have to play the information game. Spyleader waiting, oh, he's got to be furious with that one. Just caught it at the worst possible moment. And Bayali retreats back to short, so still a bit unclear as to what the full intentions are of Efrag, but Virtus.pro may have a read that it's most likely to be A.
Yes, the players creep up. Bayali will take another frag there, eliminating more players, leaving no splits as the play. Just a single push, and Pasha's there up on the site, able to take down Bubble, and then KL looking for the refrag. He's going to pick that one up, but this is too strong of a presence here from Virtus.pro after the initial frags, and Bayali just going ham. The 3 kills already that he has.
Ham sandwiches down. Ham sandwiches.
This looks really good for Virtus.pro to close this one out now. I mean, they look pretty strong. I mean, Bayali with the 4K. Wow, look at this. Look at the fragging. It's pretty interesting. It's like 3 players with a lot of numbers, and then 7 and 3. Snacks and Taz.
That is a very weird scoreboard.
It is, isn't it?
Could say it's anomalous. Virtus.pro 2 rounds away from victory regardless of these scores. And again, we have a fast push up mid from Pasha on his own. No one to trade for him, but he's going to take 2 before going down. So he's crushed Efrag himself alone. The biceps too strong. 2 players in for Efrag. Close to mid doors now. Snacks playing the blind spots. Oh, he's trying to get a frag through the smoke. Not going to happen though. There is going to be a tag onto Bubble. Down to 1 HP here.
Yeah, Taz will creep in. He's looking to try to get some stats going, potentially. Although I think he's probably more concerned with winning a round, but never mind. Great shot from Neo. That's actually a gorgeous connection. But Taz is now the man that must make it happen. Bubble's on 1 HP as well, so should be easy to take him down, but we shall see. The bomb's going to be planted now, and the positioning won't be perfect for the T's, so that could help Taz out a little bit. He's going to go in, he'll spot the first player. Oh, wow. How on earth did he get dinked there?
I don't...
Because Bubble was jumping.
That was some Shinobi tier business. We're talking Nintendo Entertainment System down, not even the Super NES.
Yeah, that was nuts. How does he get dinked? Anyway, Virtus.pro going to lose that round. However, if they're able to capitalize, this is actually really sick because both teams have no money left at this point. Efrag get reset, so but basically both teams are screwed if they lose this round. So this is I mean, Virtus.pro will win the match if they win this one. Big round.
Big round indeed.
Pivotal. It's huge, James, this round.
It's a large round, Dan.
Enormous.
I can't think of anything else. I'm too tired. The pot flash comes in towards the mid doors. Victor unable to punish the relevant CT. Pasha there will move into spawn, but that's going to deny the CT's information on short, which means that Efrag can start moving up, should they wish to. What will Pasha do? He's still in CT spawn for the time being, not daring to cross past the gap yet. As Victor will make his way onto Xbox, onto short. Pasha should get a sound cue there. You can see him moving over towards the A site in reaction, opting to help his teammates. You can see Barley still deep into long, holding things down over there. Snacks making it look easy towards the bomb site. That's very strong, and that's going to cause Efrag to speed up towards short before the rotation comes in. Pasha with one scout frag, not going to get the connection yet. Heading back towards Spy Leader, but Spy Leader will take him down, and Pasha as well. He's on his own versus 3. Oh, the Molotov. Is it going to take him down? Indeed it is. No plant for Efrag. This is a pretty disastrous situation.
Burn, baby, burn.
Disco Inferno.
Let's go Inferno. Okay, so I said that Virtus.pro, if they won that round, they would win the match. You can see why they have a strong chance to do that. There's only the best weapon is a Galil. Don't worry, comrade, by Galil. And so we'll have to see whether that Galil can actually do something here. Oh, and they're going to apply the pressure up middle. This time, though, Victor's ready for it. This is the first time that Efrag are really going to be prepared to deal with this mid-aggression. So Virtus.pro, perhaps they've showed that hand too many times, and that's going to swing things in the favor of Efrag.
Indeed, they've handed this round potentially to Efrag. Not sure if it's a silver platter or not.
Bronze.
People eating bronze platters? One player for Virtus.pro over towards the long doors where 3 Efrag players are just waiting. Everyone's just waiting at the moment. They're all sitting in the doctor's surgery down waiting to be called up.
Oh, I'd hate that. It's always later than you think as well.
But will it be medicine or will it be poison?
Whoa.
Well, someone here has to die down. First it's going to be Bubble falling to the hands of Neo, missing the second shot, and Spy Leader will trade. 2 versus 3 now. Virtus.pro in a sticky situation.
It's going to be very difficult to deal with. Taz is there in middle, and Bialy is coming from the back. So Taz has to do some damage here. He's going to flash in, and there it is. That's so smart. Taz in with the first frag. Gets the second one as well as they go through the tunnel. So he's given Bialy a very strong opportunity to take the round now. Taz making the right call and just pushing in and going for the engagements before they could cross over. Oh, Spy Leader, there it is. The timing is going to spot Bialy now. He'll go for a safe plant, and Bialy will hear that, so he can get some ground here for free. And look for the engagement. And he's going to find it. Bialy's been so hot the entire match. And that is going to be GG. But there's more maps to follow, James, because this is a best of 3.
Nice. Do you know what the next map is?
No, James.
Maybe Producer Reese can provide us. He can furnish us with the information. Mirage is the next map. So Virtus.pro take it 16-13 over Efrag in map 1. Map 2 will be Mirage. We'll see if Efrag can make a comeback. It was a close match. Could have gone either way, but Virtus.pro proved victorious in the end. Anything to add, Dan?
No.
Okay, we will see you back here in about 5 minutes with the second map of this best of 3. See you then.
Bomb has been planted.
E-Gaming Bets. We accept bets on computer games online since 2011. Referral system for regular users and deposit for newcomers. Gaming devices store and the best choice of payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone. Counter-Strike and StarCraft. World of Tanks and League of Legends. EGB.com. You know for sure who is going to win.
Do you have extra CSGO skins? Do you want to win really cool things? Visit CSGOfast.com. Place your bets and win really cool skins. CSGOfast.com. Check your fortune.